Dear friends, I have a very beautiful theme here. What is the role of religious and priests in the formation of young people? I am so sure you are very happy about this topic. I will just tell you what we can do, what we can be. Jesus looked at the young man and loved him. Mark 1 verse 21. In great many countries of the world, the youth represent half of the population and often constitute in number half of the people of God. In this aspect, youth make an exceptional potential and a great challenge for the future of the church. The church sees a reflection of herself, her blessed youthfulness, as a result of Christ's Spirit. Christ displayed a special love towards the young man in the gospel. Jesus looked at the young man and loved him. Is it not a special call for priests and religious to look at the young and love them? What is consecrated life? Consecrated life is a gift of God to the church through the Holy Spirit. By the profession of evangelical counsels, poverty, chastity and obedience, the characteristic features of Jesus, poor, chaste and obedient, we commit ourselves to be with him and to be sent out at the service of God and his people. Consecrated life, if we compare it with a tree, formation is the root. Anything that stood the test of time effectively is the result of a solid formation. Formation, when it is a priority for an institution or a group, it thrives in spite of hurdles and problems. Formation transforms a person into the likeness of Jesus. Now let's glance through the Old Testament and see how God formed his chosen people. We have a very beautiful example, Abraham. In Genesis chapter 12, God enters the life of Abraham, and Abraham's response was total. The whole formation process turned out to be that Abraham became a blessing for others. This is what the young people have to become, a blessing for others. There are many ways that we become young people, especially can become a big blessing for the other. Maybe we'll have to look into how each one of you will become a blessing for the other. In the life of Abraham, God had a choice, and there was a call and a response, an accompaniment leading to a definite commitment. We can call it as the formation of the heart, formation in humanness. Was the first stage of formation for the disciples. We know this happens in our lives too. Miracles happen. We organize things. Things are easy for us. We get recognition. Things are achieved. We are happy about such things. There is yet another stage that Jesus speaks of, the second part of the gospel, from chapter 9 to 18, the most difficult part of the Gospel of Luke, containing the hard sayings of Jesus. He addresses us to his little group of his disciples, especially to the formation of those who are to be his witnesses. Specific formation for evangelical witness. When we enter into this way of formation, definitely we will stand steady. Now I come to the very practical things that we are supposed to be priests and religious, supposed to be helping the youngsters. Please just listen very carefully that what we should be doing. As good listeners, counselors, spiritual guide, we know there are not many people who can listen to youngsters. It is not so easy, but once you start listening to them, it becomes very easy. As good friends and confident, role of advocacy in today's context. There may not be many people to speak for the youngsters today because it is not easy to stand with them and talk about them to others, though we may be able to understand them. Be available and spend time with. Accompany the youth in their needs and initiatives. Invite the youth for exposure programs of religious. Invite for special days of prayer, small celebrations, etc. Support them in their endeavors. The young must be able to see in priests and religious what they cannot see in an affluent world, the result of the joy of being with the Lord. Thank you.